Welcome to Before Now podcast. My name is Blisa Kinyemi, but I prefer that you call me Missy. Missy spelled Missy and pronounced Missy. That's right. If you need a pen, grab one. Missy. That's how you pronounce Missy. If you're new to the tribe, welcome. Before Now podcast is a weekly talk show where my guest and I discuss different subjects of life in relation to how we used to see them versus how we see them now. If you're already a member of the family, you know what to do. Clap for yourself because, I can't listen to this thing for myself and you keep encouraging me. So yes, thank you. As you've already seen today's conversation, even me, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but then, as I've always promised, it's always going to be interesting conversations out here. So, my guest on the show right now today promise you an extremely interesting conversation. My guest for today has a very beautiful name that I think I just find a name very beautiful either way, whether you pronounce it like fully or you shorten it. My guest for today is Iteoluwakiishi, and she says she exists as a full-time job. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be addressing her as Kiishi for the rest of the show. So Kiishi, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
So let's get into it. Today we are discussing having friends with benefits. Mm-hmm. When I first told one of my friends, our friends with benefits, I was like, it depends on the kind of benefit. As I know, stop that kind of thing. We know what we are talking about. Mm-hmm. So when we say friends with benefits, we know what we mean. We don't mean that benefit of going to church together or something. We know what we are talking about. So the first thing is, what does friends with benefit mean to you? Like when you hear the term, like before we get to now, before when you heard the word friends with benefit, what did you think people were talking about?
People who are friends and having sex with each other.
That's what you've always known the word to be. Oh my god. Some people have been woke since inside the womb. Because for me, let me not lie, it's not as if I did not know that that's what it meant. But then let's just look at it. A layman would just hear friends with benefits.
Like just doing something nice for
really
each
nice
other.
things to each other, just being kind to each other, being so generous and all of that, paying my tea friend, I don't know, buy me food, benefit friends.
That's so sweet.
Okay, but seriously, have you had any experience? I mean, before versus now, but that's what we're addressing. Mm-hmm. Before now, did you have any friends with benefit experience? Did you carry any of your friends and just select them, or did they select you and say, they start benefiting each other?
Well, I think there has been someone who has told me that they wanted to become my friends with benefits.
Oh wow. Okay.
At the time, it was like, oh my god, what? Like, you look at me and then what you want to do is to be having sex with me. I was like in part 1 back then, and then the guy just said he wants us to be friends with benefits.
Wow.
I was so irritated. I felt like, wow, you just looked at me and you just saw that
you want to be objectified me.
You don't think I'm like,
oh god, nah. So at that point that you were like, the person just looked at you and just wanted to just have sex with you, did it have anything to do with maybe where you were coming from, say like background, morals and everything, or was it just you just not being comfortable with the fact that it was friends with benefits?
So yeah,
or you didn't like the person, maybe because sometimes that could be a factor.
I think if I had liked the person and at the time they had said that they wanted to be friends with benefit, I would still have been irritated. Okay. I mean, I was young.
Okay.
At home we were taught that you're not supposed to have sex with people, and you're not supposed to get into relationships with people until you're at a certain age. All of that.
Beware of dogs in your house.
And as women, they taught us that women that sex is a virtue.
Yeah, your virginity.
All of that. So anybody that looks at you like they want to have sex with you, they are just
the devil.
Well, at the time I did not know what objectifying means. Okay, that was always what it was like.
So it was just like, nah, be gone.
Yeah, like this is not right.
Mm-hmm. So for me, at what point did I actually first of all discover that friends with benefits was not buying each other food and reading the Bible together? Okay, this is it. I went for a diploma right after secondary school, so that was like 14 years or 15 years. That was my first time leaving the house. In secondary school, I didn't really have a boyfriend in secondary school. I went to a girls only secondary school, so having a boyfriend, and then I'm sorry, but I have to admit this. The secondary school that I attended, was the secondary school that was not the first choice for boys in boys only school and all of that to pick. So they had
their girls from.
To be honest, I attended Our Lady of Apostles, Mary Ojono Ibadan, and then we had Government College Ibadan, GCI, which was purely boys only.
I actually went to Our Lady of Apostles for junior school.
Oh, okay. So it was always queen school girls. So thinking having a boyfriend.
Like when I was in junior school, it was like there was this fellowship we used to go to.
YF.
Yes.
Youth Foundation.
All of the GCI boys, they're always going for the queen school
girls.
It's like Our Lady did not exist.
Exactly. So being a student of Our Lady did not even let them something like boyfriends, something like someone wants to be interested in. Like it was just something that was never really like on my mind, the boyfriend thing. So I left secondary school and then I went for my diploma. And when I got there, the streets were brutal. Like, you're about to say Igborule, because at that point, I just realized that another world entirely existed on this same planet. Because when I got there, people who were just, you could know that somebody was sleeping with somebody, but then you could still see that same person flirting with somebody else in the presence of the person that you know that they're sleeping with. And it did not add up.
Make sense.
It did not. I'm like, if somebody is supposed to be, because still, like you said, it's supposed to be like a daddy and mommy thing.
Yes, sleeping with each other,
maybe I'm married or
each other.
Exactly. So they said that I was even small, like a little bit wild then. So I already knew that people could sleep with each other and not be married to each other. But it was still like, if you're sleeping with this person, are you not supposed to be like committed to
them?
This I didn't even know if the word was commitment, but I just feel like this person should own you. Like this is the person that you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Even laughing with other guys and laughing with other girls should be something like a crime that you were not supposed to do. So I saw a lot of it like playing out there during my diploma. Like people could just be with one person today, be with another person tomorrow, and I just kept trying to understand it. It never made sense. But personally, did I have anybody like that? Nah, because in my head it was still a case of
this is not right.
This is not just it at all. So for me, I think that one of the things that I used to think about, and I don't know if you ever thought about this, was how was that friendship supposed to work? Like, how? You're sleeping with this person, they're your friend and all of that. In the long run, are you saying that you people are just going to close your eyes to each other and be gone? Nobody's going to catch feelings at any point? Because sex is like, there's a lot of chemistry that goes on when you are talking about
sex. So I actually do think about it when moving forward and I understood the concept of friends with benefits, and I got to the point of, it's actually cool. It's not a bad thing like that. Then I start thinking of, okay, so what's the place of feelings in this? Because I'm very sincere. If you have decided to be in a friends in fellowship, friends with benefits.
Like I said, friends with benefits really might be together. I've said it before.
Definitely, you guys have some sort of feeling for each other.
See, sorry to cut you short. I personally think that FWB, or friends with benefit as we call it, is a relationship.
Yeah.
People just try to, because of the commitment and stuff that people are running away from, they try to see it as not a relationship. Regardless of what it is, friends with benefit is a relationship. You people have something in common.
It has like obviously different parameters
of course
from the societally accepted monogamous relationship.
Yes.
But it is still a relationship.
It is.
I don't think that feelings are not involved.
Of course.
Feelings are involved and then all of that. And then because people are usually scared of commitment, they tend to opt in for these friends with benefits and lie to themselves that, no, I don't have feelings for him, I'm not going to do it. And then somehow they keep hurting each other. And after a while, because they are ignoring what they are feeling, I have this idea that if you are feeling something, you should deal with it instead of bottling it up and ignoring. Because when it actually comes to surface, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the end, when it comes to surface, somebody has got so much feelings, they can't deal with it anymore, everything blows up in
your face like that, the volcano. But another thing is, I think there's something I need to before now, I know that right now you probably know the difference, but before now, did you know the difference between fuck buddies and friends with benefits? Because some people will tell you that they are just fuck buddies. Even if you check Google now, you will see fuck buddies separately, you will see friends with benefits separately. Let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say. So somebody said that you can be fuck buddies with a total stranger, somebody you don't know. Yes. But for you to be friends with benefits with somebody, then you first of all are friends. So that is like the difference. But has it ever made sense to you in your head that those two things are different?
Well, before I didn't think they were different, but now I think there's a slight difference. The slight difference is like your personal relationship with the person would be different. As a friends with benefits, you could hang out, do all of that. But I think people who are fuck buddies, they are basically there for the sneaky link. Like, yo, come over, let's do this. And then when you're done, everybody packs and leaves. But friends with benefits, you probably spend like weekends together, go out together, do all of those things.
But I think those are like the danger. Now, I think we can have this conversation without putting the fact that we already know what it really means. Like now, I think for me, I really feel like the problem starts from going out together and taking cute pictures together and doing a lot of Snapchats together. Because no, seriously, because memories hurt. They have a way of coming back to hurt you if they are not memories that you really wanted to make. Yes. Memories that you made just because you were in the moment. Oh, because you guys just had a really good time today and you decided to go grab ice cream and then you had a little Snapchat. Tomorrow, when that thing ends, it will hurt you. Like, there's no way, I really feel like there's no way you're going to pick up your phone and see his beard all shiny. And see the beard and see the pink lips and the face he was making at you, and you're going to be like, no, it was nothing. Huh?
It was nothing.
It could never have been nothing, because a lot of people, a lot of times just say, we're just friends with benefits and you guys are hanging out. Me, I don't agree. I think that as of right now, where I am today, I think if you're having a friends with benefits situation with somebody, which I'm not going to say is wrong or not on this pod, if you're having a friends with benefits situation with somebody, I think the pictures, the dates and everything, they should not be involved. Like, seriously, because how do you want to separate that?
But that's you taking away friendship from it. I mean, all of these things, they are the friendship aspect of. I think where the problem really is the people involved and denying what they feel.
Exactly. So now, why do people even deny what they feel? First off, somebody would say they've not healed from something, so they just probably a rebound. They just they're looking for a rebound, or they're not just even ready to commit, or that's not what they want right now. Relationship is not the next thing for you. When you want to be,
but you're inside one relationship.
Oh my god! Like, so I'm listening to you.
So I think the problem is that people, when you talk about relationship, they forget that relationship is not just you having a boyfriend.
Exactly.
We are friends. This is a relationship.
Friendship is
so because
a relationship.
They have this set notion of this is what a relationship should look like. They forget every other thing. Like, if you are in a friends with benefit thing with somebody, you are in a relationship with them. Exactly. It just has different rules, different ways
you
that
play
it
by
works.
different rules.
You get. So all of I'm not ready for a relationship. My dear, you are not ready to have boyfriend, girlfriend, everybody knows you together. You are ready to have somebody.
That's another thing. Some people know people together to be friends together.
Well, but you know that the expectations they would, if I know somebody together that and you are the love of my life relationship. Yes. If I see them with somebody else, I would
be like, oh, what's going on here?
But if it's a friend and I see them, I'll be like, yeah, sure, cool. It's what they are doing. It doesn't necessarily matter.
This thing that we are saying like this, because honestly, let's be very, very honest. If you see people having a friends with benefit situationship, and as a result they are denying what they are feeling, and as a result they just keep telling themselves, I'm cool. Let's think about it. What are some of the problems that friends with benefits relationships or situationship actually have? There's the first problem that I know, and that is feelings. Feelings always coming. Jealousy. There's no way on earth. There's no way somebody's like giving you all the sugar in one. Like, the sugar is absolutely yours one time, and then they just go from they just leave you on the bed and go, hey babe, what's up? And that person, it's like I don't know what you're going through or what you could be dealing with that will allow somebody to give you sugar right now and stand up from the bed and go talk to somebody else with that same sugar voice, and you're going to feel nothing.
Well, I don't think you will feel nothing. I think so. The thing with jealousy, having feelings, it's not like is that they're not necessarily negative things.
Yes,
it is what you do with what you are feeling. That, like, let's say for example, I'm in a friends with benefit relationship with somebody and they are talking to somebody else or involved with somebody else. If I have a problem with it, the right thing to do, because I am jealous, is to talk to them about it. Okay. Instead of acting out what people would do, because they don't necessarily.
A lot of people act out. Yeah. A lot of people act out what they're feeling instead of having conversations and trying to figure it out. Okay, why do I feel this way? What can we do to make it better? My question now is, you know the thing that you are inside. you know what you are into. So what conversation? What's that conversation supposed to yield? Like, this is a friends with benefit relationship or situation. We both know that we are open to seeing other people and all of that. So you want to call me and sit me down and tell me that you don't like the fact that one guy called me. Like,
so yeah, it's a relationship, I believe that in a relationship there should be some level of respect and communication and all of that.
Exactly.
So what I usually tell people, if you're going to get into this sort of relationship with somebody, define your parameters from the beginning, from the start. And as you go on, if something is changing, talk about redefining it. People, because they are so invested in trying to act like hard girl, I don't get feeling, they ignore all of these things. So if it is in a situation where you talk about it, try to work on it, because they keep trying to say that this is not a relationship. It is a relationship. You have things that you want from it. The other person have things that they want from it. What you have to do is, meet yourself somewhere that
common
works.
Ground. Exactly.
So how the conversation is supposed to go is, you feel jealous about this person. Why do you feel jealous about this person?
Are you beginning to like me?
Yeah, do we need to redefine this?
Exactly.
Do we need to do this? Okay, how do we make this better so that, yes, we're having sex with each other, but I don't think I want to hurt you or I want you to hurt me. So how do we prevent
this from hurting each other? How do we?
But I don't think that's how it usually plays out.
Because a lot of people still just they just pretend that all is well and they're still, and then even at that point it could affect the sex, because by the time you are having feelings and you're bottling them up and you just want to keep pretending that all you want is still the sex, I think the sex is going to get boring. I really think. And no, it might be great and intense and all of that, but somewhere inside of you, the feeling of wanting more would still leave a vacuum. Because you really know what you want now.
This is no hate.
And now the funny thing is, this person might not just be on that same page with you, like absolutely far from you. The more sex you guys have, the more friends with benefit that person is becoming with you, because that person is just still seeing you as friends with benefit, and then you're beginning to catch feelings. So before we proceed, I have to put you on the spot. See, my guest on the last episode escaped this, but I have promised that no other person on this show is going to escape this. Really, should you be scared? If you're scared, I'll like it. Anyways, you have just about 10 seconds. In fact, I'm supposed to say 5 seconds because I can be mean, to just unscrabble this word. And the word that you have to unscrabble for us today is spelled RLEXOPE. RLEXOPE. Sorry, time up. I really was hoping you were not going to get it. So yeah, I know you're listening. I know you were looking forward to this. I know you missed this part on the last episode of the show. So head over to social media, go on Scrabble the word that Kiishi, my guest for today, my fantastic guest.
I didn't even get enough time.
She didn't get enough time because that's how we roll, isn't it? The word is spelled RLEXOPE. I'm very sure by the time she says the word, she might just give me a punch in the face. It is something I know she would definitely have gotten if I allowed her to write it down. So let's proceed. Now, have you had any situation? I know that before now there was nothing like that, but have you had any situation where you just thought like, maybe I could try this out? Maybe I could see where it leads. Maybe I could change this person's mind from not wanting commitment to, some people don't. I think another thing is, some people don't go out straight as wanting friends with benefit though. It's just somebody that you like just says they're not ready for a serious relationship, and in your mind you're just like, oh sure, no problem. We could be hanging out. We could be,
I think there's a problem with that. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
There's a problem with this person is not on the same wavelength with me, but I will act like I'm on their wavelength so that I'll be able to change them. I think that if people are going to be involved with you, I don't know how it works with most people, but if I'm going to be involved with somebody, I would know from my interactions with them that if there is the possibility that I could be involved with them, I might not be involved with them.
Yes.
So if they actually tell me that they like me, I would let them know this.
Okay.
Now, I do not expect them to now start trying to change my mind about this. Do you get? So I think there are people that go into friends with benefit because, I actually want to be his girlfriend, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to shift him. That's a flawed thing.
Okay, so I think that from what you just said now, that you will just let them know up front that, see, some people have stories of how perseverance got them their wife and how all of this consistency, is it consistency or was it doggedness and they are never giving up spirit.
But we're in the 21st century. People are building their lives. They are trying to do that. Why do you want me to be persevering on? I don't want anybody to be persevering on top of me.
Like, what happened?
If I want to do, I will do. Don't disturb my life.
Kiishi chop knuckle. Because really, I think
I can't be wasting anybody's time, because I don't want anybody to waste my time.
Seriously, that's just the word. I think that's like the conclusion of the matter. There's no time. If I will do, I will do. There's no point. Like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about self-esteem and all of that. But I don't want to bring it into it, because a lot of people just do friends with benefits for the sake of catching crows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really about, I don't know about psychology and all of that, but it's not really about them being insecure about themselves or something. They just want to catch crows. Some people are just exploring. Some people just want to find out what that kind of relationship feels like, and if they get bond, no problem. They just want to do it. Some people even have it on their bucket list, something they want to try out. So I think that for me, I have this very, as I was talking, I just remember there was one time that I saw somebody, I liked him because, oh yes, left-handers are like my kind of person. I just see them, oh my god, you're so cute, and we started having conversation, and we had a lot of conversation to the point that this guy just sat me down and said, hey Blaze, what's up? I see you're liking me so much. And I'm like, yeah. And in my head I was like, smart guy, like sharp guy. And then it was like, I'm a real gentleman and I'm going to let you down nicely. And I'm like, okay, but it's going to be up to you. So I'm not really committed to anybody right now. I'm seeing a lot of people, but if all of you can coexist together, like, Marco mi moro. In my head, I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. It was so fun. He's still alive. There's no words. Like, he's so fine. He's still so fine. But I just could not wrap my head around I will pack all of you people together like sardines.
She said sardines.
Like, how?
See, that was a sensible thing. Other people would be like, they would say, yes, I'm interested. And their main aim would be like, they're going to be the best, and they will leave all the other people for them.
You get like, okay, so I have this friend. I really hope that she's not listening. I have this friend who would then say that I'm the one he likes. Don't you understand? It will leave.
It will leave what? My dear, if you don't get
it will leave. I'll be like, really? Just listen to yourself. Like, can you hear what's coming from your mouth?
Like, it will leave them for
I believe that there's so many people on the surface of earth, and there's enough to go around. That's what I believe. Some people don't even want to be in relationships at all. So there's still enough. There's still extra people for you to choose from.
You would
and all
always
of that.
Find somebody that ticks the box you want them to.
I'm not saying, just in case you're trying to draw from all that we've been saying and say, oh, Bliss is saying that friends with benefits, it's not a good thing to do. See, whatever rocks your boat.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you. But I'm just saying that for me, and it looks like my guest and I are on the same page. When it comes to this friends with benefit of a thing, it's a no.
Well, it's not like a total no for me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's sorry. So for me, let me speak for myself, because we were almost on the same page just now, but she had to clarify. We were almost on the same page. For me, it's a total no. Kiishi, what about you?
Well, it depends on what I'm looking for.
What will you be looking for, Gogo?
Well, maybe I don't want to,
commit as well.
Friends with benefits. Why do I keep doing that?
Yeah.
It's a commitment.
Maybe you should start calling it benefit, because it's a relationship.
It's a commitment. So if that's the kind of relationship I would like to be in at the moment, I think I would do it. And if what I want to be in is the
serious relationship,
I would do it. But I would not now become friends with benefit to somebody because I actually want them to become my boyfriend.
Okay. But do you think, because I've heard a couple of stories, I've seen a couple of people go from friends with benefits to serious lovers and all of that. Do you think that is, in your own experience, in the way you're looking at it, do you think that it is something that can actually work?
Yeah, it's something that can happen. I mean, you become friends with people, and in your friendship you develop feelings for them, and you can actually become their wife or their husband or whatever. So if you're having sex with somebody, doing all of this,
something
you can
also happen.
I mean, all of these things are not,
especially when you've already had that conversation, like we said, like we
they
defined
are not
the
set
basis
in
of your
stone.
relationship.
So anything could happen. It could work out for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, we're currently coming to the end of the show. It's been so much fun having this conversation, because at the beginning I was like, how are we going to tackle this? And people will not come for our head and say, what are you people saying?
Yeah.
But seriously, I think number one takeaway for me from this conversation has been, if I would do, I would do. If I want something, I think this is the generation where a lot of us are learning to speak up. The Sorosoke movement is really strong, and we are doing this in every area of our life, including sexual relationships. If you want to be with somebody, open your mouth and say, yes, I want to be with you. Don't say you want to be with them and change them more. That's not me. I will never advise you to do that. Don't say you want to be with them because
what they are offering works for you.
Exactly. They can always table the offers and just choose whatever works for you. If somebody wants you to, if they want to wife you straight up, if it works for you, if it works for you, just go for it. But if they just want to be FWB, friends with benefit with you, if that's what you also want, and I think there's a way the universe works, that brings people that want the same things together. So if you are with somebody that does not want what you want, I think you should just look around. You definitely find somebody that wants exactly what you want. Now the person may not have plenty beards,
or pink lips,
or all the hips and everything that you want. But I just know that there would always be somebody that the universe would always prepare for you to encourage you in whatever choices that you have decided to make. Kiishi, do you have anything you want to say to?
Well, I think you've pretty much said everything. Do what works for you.
Do it.
Try not to get yourself hurt in the process.
Yes.
And try not to deliberately hurt people too.
And when you're having friends with benefit, don't be checking their phone, because it's not easy.
And talk about it. Define the parameters of your relationship.
Seriously.
It matters. Even your boyfriend, talk about it.
Oh, of course. So you must always have conversations. Don't just go ahead.
Don't use Twitter standards too.
Hey, see, that one will have to be talk for another day, because you see those people that give you advice on Twitter, the things that they're doing in their bedroom, the things they're doing offline, the things that are happening offline. Personally, you need to love yourself. Love yourself so much that you know exactly what you would take and what you would not take.
Exactly.
When you have all of this lined up, when you have all of this listed out, you can decide, okay, if you want to go for a certain type of relationship, or if you do not want it at all. And then if you are in a friends with benefit relationship and you would like to come and tell us how that is going for you, you can send an email to BeforeNowPodcast@gmail.com, because we love to listen to the origin, how we started versus how it is going.
And maybe future projections.
Exactly, of your friends with benefit relationship. Thank you so much for listening. I believe that if you've been with us up to this point, is because you had the reason to. Follow the pod on social media. It's at BeforeNow Podcast on Instagram, and on Facebook, BeforeNow Podcast as well. You can find me on Instagram at Missy Blissy. Missy Blissy is spelled MICIBLISSY. Kiishi, how do they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and also on Twitter. _Kiishi, KIISHI.
KIIS. Your name is very beautiful.
On Instagram and __ Kiishi.
Jesus,
on Twitter.
Okay.
Please try not to find me on Twitter, too.
Okay, she said not to find her on Twitter. So you can find Kiishi on Instagram at _Kiishi, KIISHI.
Yes.
Till the next episode, I want you to ask yourself,